All right, joining us now on Blitz is Michael Brown, third-year head coach for the Commerce Tigers. Coach, first and foremost, just thank you so much for your time.
Sure, thanks a lot.
Yeah, now you're 2-1 overall, recently named number one in 1A Public in the state of Georgia, but you're fresh off a 34-10 loss, heartbreaker to your rival Jefferson in Week 3. What do you tell your guys after a game like that?
We move on to the next game. We're not going to dwell on it. We didn't play well enough to give ourselves a chance to compete. I spoke about 3 or 4 minutes after the game, and what I told them was when you fumble the ball and you have stupid penalties, which is what we had, you won't beat a good team, and they know that. There was no need to press it home with them. They know that we just didn't execute the way we need to.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you played very well there in the first quarter, especially defensively. But you guys have so much momentum going into that game. How do you kind of put that game behind you and keep that positive momentum going forward?
Well, you use it. I mean, you got to find a way to use adversity. You got to find a way to use failure. And the thing you can't let a loss do is break your heart and break your morale. So we're going to use it in a positive way. We're going to use it to make us better. We're going to identify the things we didn't do very well, and our kids have enough character to take it in the right manner. And we'll come back this week and go back to work and try to get better as a team.
Yeah, now you're going to be diving straight into region play from here on out. I imagine that you've got one game in particular circled on the schedule against Prince Avenue. I'm sure you want to get a little revenge for them taking you guys down last year. But how is it going to be? What are you looking at this year to try to go 7-1 in region play as you did a year ago?
We don't think about that. I mean, honestly, that's not a discussion that we've had as a staff or a team. We're going to take it week by week, and we're going to focus everything we got on Athens Academy. They're a fine football team. We haven't mentioned Prince or Athens Christian or any of the other teams in our region. We'll get to those when we get to them. But our approach has always been that the next game is the most important game because it's the next one, and we're going to stick to that approach.
Yeah, and I know you guys do a great job of, out of the whole state of Georgia, one of the few teams that year in, year out, just always competitive. And this year you bring back some key players, especially your seniors, Caleb Brooks and Javarius Wood, that are big-time playmakers. Do you feel like with them being seniors that the window to win and go deep again in the playoffs could be this year?
You don't know. I mean, you really don't. I would have probably bet against us making it to the Final Four last year, and that's again, that's not an approach we take. We don't think about how far we're going to go this year or we're going to win a championship. We don't talk about those things because the thing that we want to keep our kids focused on is getting better now. Are we getting better as a team today at practice and tomorrow at practice and Wednesday at practice? And we feel like that's the right approach for us because if we are keeping our kids focused on getting better on a daily basis, then you give yourself a chance for some success, maybe in the playoffs. But you don't know. You never know what's going to happen. There's a lot of things positive and negative that can happen down the stretch. So we're just trying to keep them focused on that.
Sure. And from your standpoint as a head coach, how do you often have to battle that with, again, the community always knows Commerce Tigers are going to be up there. How do you have to battle that complacency of sometimes people wanting to look back at that previous success?
I think that success is always an encouragement. We talk a lot about the teams that have been here and the teams that have achieved a manner of success, and it serves to motivate us and to encourage us along. But as far as our guys, the first meeting we had in January, the first thing I said to them is we need to be the most humble team, and I think most of the kids on the team have learned a verse from Proverbs that pride goes before the fall, and right. They know that, and so that's something that we harp on constantly. And if I sense any pride creeping in, we jump on it immediately.
Absolutely. And last question for you, and then I'll let you go, Coach. But again, coming off the loss to Jefferson, it's very hard. Nobody's been able to stop Colby Wood. What are some of the biggest takeaways from that game that you plan to implement here for the last 7 games?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I think our kids understand by looking at the film and being out there is, we play a brand of offense that if you don't execute it, you don't have a plan B. I mean, it's triple option,
Mm-hmm.
and we feel like it gives you a chance to compete against people that are better than you. But the way that we executed Friday night, now it was one of those games that I was scratching my head. It was very difficult to call plays. I mean,
Yeah.
so I think they understand our execution's got to be a lot better. They understand our ball security's got to be perfect. We can't beat ourselves with fumbles, penalties, busted assignments, and we had way too many of those. So again, we're going to use it in a positive way. We're gonna use it to make us better.
Yeah, again, I think that's going to make you guys stronger. Jefferson, of course, a great team, and you guys are as well. And Blitz will be rooting for you guys the rest of the way, and hope to see you make another deep run in the state playoffs this year. And again, just wish you the best the rest of the way, Coach.